I have to say we talk a lot about spies and espionage and stuff in this country. Well, and foreign agents, etc. Uh, when you have people like this guy, well, we'll just call him a rube. You know, he's a rube. He's acting on behalf of people in foreign countries. I mean, what's the difference between right wing nut jobs in other countries, like in this case in Nicaragua or Cuba, uh, and left wing nut jobs? And if they're allowed to come here, uh, if they're brought into this country to bolster the right wing, just like we brought in Nazis to this country after World War II to bolster the RNC. Uh, I mean, you do know about that, right? If you don't know about that, you don't know about Operation Mockingbird and all that kind of stuff. This is not conspiracy shit. This is real. This is stuff that the Bushes and the Nixon and all these people did. I mean, it's well established. I mean, Nixon, as a petty officer in the Navy, was responsible for picking out which Nazis to bring into the country. He worked for Allen Dulles. So, you know, when you're doing that, you're working with, I mean, in the case of the Nazis, do I have to point it out? You're working with the Nazis. So you're working with the right-wing Germans. And it works both ways, obviously. You're working with them as an American, you're working with them, and they're working with you in their country. I mean, for sure. What else are they going to do? Well, they're obviously going to support their right wing in Germany. So, like in this case, you've got Rubio, the Rube, and he's working with all these different countries, Nicaragua, Venezuela. He's working to get them into our country as refugees, whereas a left-wing refugee can't, no, we're not supposed to let them into our country. And obviously, as an American, you're not allowed to work with them in their country. But it's the opposite if you're right-wing, right? So by the way, now in terms of Nicaragua, I have some other pieces, and go to my YouTube, look at my playlists, look for Nicaragua, Venezuela, Cuba, and watch the videos. And everybody's gonna want to argue. Well, I heard this and I heard that. Well, I heard it all, and I can tell you that these people, these right-wing nutjobs, are supporting people in all around South America, around the world, for that matter, who are thugs. They're thugs and they're dictators and they're just out to make money for themselves, and they're just hired thugs. They're hired by the Bushes and the, who knows, just Americans who want to get in there and rape their country. So they want the oil real cheap so they can sell it to other people for profit, etc., whatever. And there's no doubt about this. So watch my stuff, and you'll see what's really going on. It's not my stuff, but go to my YouTube. You can easily get to my channel and look for my playlists. And in case you can't just see it down underneath my, go to Democratic Party headquarters news uh, and look, and you'll see the YouTube videos. And go to the YouTube videos, look at the bottom under the YouTube videos, look at my who posted them or whose playlist it is. Uh, find it, find it. If you can't find it, somehow ask me. I'm not even sure how you do that. Well, go to my group, Democratic Party Headquarters News, and become a member and ask me if you've got that hard, if it's that hard to find out, which it might be. I don't know because I don't have to do it myself. And I'll get you to my playlists, and in my playlist you'll see country names, and you'll find videos. But what I can tell you for sure is that these guys are nefarious. They're all about greed, and in the name of that greed, murder, torture, slavery. Slavery. In this day and age, huh? Because theoretically, they're not allowed to do it here in the United States, but they do. They just do it through economics, through the economic system. The capitalist system does produce slavery. I mean, it's even more slavery than slavery was at some point. Now they've got people who have to work for them, and they can't even afford to live in a house or an apartment or have transportation. They work for such little money that they can't. If that's not slavery, I don't know what is. So, yeah, these people are doing this all over the world, by the way, but this is just about Nicaragua. Ortega, I mean, how long do we have to, what kind of track record going back, how long do we have to understand what's really going on? Ortega was, with the Sandinistas, and that was a legitimate uprising. And I can tell you that for sure the people of Nicaragua support Ortega and the Sandinistas wholeheartedly. That the United States and the wealthy people in the world are supporting, funneling some money into these assholes who just want more for them. They don't care about it being fair. They just want more for them. And by the way, the Nicaraguan people and the Sandinistas have been defeating these people and letting them have a decent life, contrary to what they're trying to say. It's always the same thing. So this small group of people thinks that they can take over the country by force and take over the economy and set up an economy that gives them a lot while hurting everybody else, right? I mean, it's the same old thing. Same old thing over and over and over and over again. And I feel like, from what I'm seeing, that we're winning. That the good people, the masses, the vast majority of people are winning. Not always, but more and more. And that I can see the day coming soon where we just take over because we're winning and we're becoming more and more able to communicate with each other and build Like the progressive movement in the United States. I mean, if the United States goes progressive, well, poof, the only thing stopping the collapse of the capitalist system will be Europe and the small group of elite that, I'm sorry, they're not elite. They're a bunch of shits. They're pieces of shit, you know. But that small group, what are they going to do? Are they going to launch nukes at us? Destroy the whole world just so that they can have their unfair system? And come on, guys. Get, have a little bit of compassion. I mean, if you had any, we wouldn't be in this situation at all. All right. That's my message to them. Hey, everybody. I never say hi. Hi to everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I know some of you aren't. Uh, we will get around to helping everybody eventually with all of their problems after we take care of business, right? And that's another good reason to support progressives.